Hello there, guys. Fundamental Math here. Fundamental Math wanted to ensure that while your children are at home, I know in Houston we are experiencing some strange and unusual weather, but while you have internet, you can allow your children to press play and replay so that they won't lose instruction, even though we already have lost almost a week. So let's go ahead and get started. We're praying that you stay safe out there. So this is simplifying expressions using positive rational numbers. So number 6 says Lillian jogged 4 miles on Monday. On Thursday, Lillian jogged 2 times as far as she did on Monday. On Saturday, Lillian jogged 3.5 miles less than she did on Thursday. Lillian wrote the following expression to determine the total number of miles she jogged. So let's go ahead and read this expression. 4 plus, open parenthesis, 2 times 4, close parenthesis, plus, open bracket, open parenthesis, 2 times 4, close parenthesis, minus 3.5, close bracket. Over the 3-day period, how many miles did Lillian jog? So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to the side and write GEMDAS. Now, GEMDAS is like PEMDAS, but we use a G that represents grouping symbols. That's parentheses and brackets. Okay, and then we have multiplication and division. When we see them sitting next to each other, we work them left to right because they are inverse operations. And then we have addition and subtraction, which are also inverse operations. So we work them left to right. Okay, so I am going to rewrite this expression. So we have 4 plus, open parenthesis, 2 times 4, close parenthesis, plus, open bracket, 2 times 4, close parenthesis, minus 3.5, closed bracket. Sorry, I forgot to put that open parenthesis right here. So I'm going to change my color here. And the first thing I want to do is look at our grouping symbols. So our grouping symbols here, we have brackets and parentheses. And so the thing is, if you have one grouping symbol inside of another, you have to know that you are going to work the inside grouping symbol, the grouping symbols with the operations that are inside of the other. Like if you throw a rock in a pond, right? Your ripples work from inside out, okay? So we're going to start in this area right here, right? So we see parentheses inside of brackets. So what we're going to work first is our 2 times 4, which is 8, okay? Now, after I work that out, all right, I go ahead and rewrite everything else that is surrounding that. Okay, so everything else I didn't work out yet, I'm going to bring that down and rewrite it, okay? So now I'm still going to focus in that area, okay? In this area right here. I'm going to stay in this area. So now we have 8 minus 3.5. So the key thing here is if you have a fraction, a mixed number right here, 3.5, okay? You need to know that 3.5, that 1/2 is a benchmark fraction, okay, which is 0.5. Half of a dollar is 50 cents. So if I have 0.5, which is 5/10, I could rewrite this as 8 minus 3.5. Okay? And I'm going to bring everything else down again. So I want to make it to where I can understand it completely. Right? So now I'm going to subtract 8 minus 3.5. So I'm going to work that out over to the side. It's important that we know that 8 is a whole number. So we just put that decimal right in the back to the right of it. Okay? And then we have 3.5. And what we're going to do is, I always tell my students, if you have decimals, go ahead and draw your place value chart and align your decimals. Okay, 0 minus 5, I can't do that, so I have to regroup and borrow. So 8 becomes 7, and 0 becomes 10. We regrouped it. 10 minus 5 is 5, bring down my decimal, and 7 minus 3 is 4. So now I'm working with 4.5. Okay, so I've solved everything in that bracket. I'm going to bring everything else down. All right, so now we're looking at grouping symbols again. Do we have any grouping symbols? Yes, we still have parentheses, okay? Because as you could see, grouping symbols comes first, okay? So I'm going to work out 2 times 4, which is 8. Bring everything else down. And now, as you can see, do I have multiplication? No, right? Any division? No. But now I see addition and subtraction, which is left, and all I see is addition. So I'm just going to add all of these. I'm done with the grouping symbols. So I'm on addition. I'm going to add 4 plus 8. And I always tell my students, go ahead. If you can do mental math, go ahead and do that. So 4 plus 8, I know is 12 plus 4.5. Okay. 12 plus 4, I know is 16. And then bring my half down. Okay. Happy fundamental math. Stay safe out there.